So my husband Michael and I and our kids have lived in this community for a very, very long time. We are members of Shari Torah. As Rabbi Annie and Rabbi Yosef said, so I'm the regional director for ADL here in this region. I cover a very large region, which also covers the state of Maryland. And the past few weeks have been really difficult. And I want to acknowledge that for everybody here in the community. Something I don't do often is sort of take a breath and exhale. So I'm going to ask everybody to actually do that right now. Sort of in, out. Because I want to acknowledge that this is a really, really tough time for the Jewish community. We are struggling. I don't want to mince words with that. When we woke up Saturday morning, and many people, because it was Shabbat, did not even hear until later that day, to hear the, and I know there are kids here, so I'm going to be careful how I choose my words, but it was one of the most horrific times for the Jewish people when half of the world's Jewish population lives in Israel, and the Jewish people as a whole are only 15 million people worldwide. So I am sure every one of us here, Jewish or non-Jewish, has some sort of connection to somebody there, myself included in that, my family, my daughter's very good friends. And since that time, we have seen not just there and the tragedy of what is continuing to happen, the hostages, the brutality that we have seen from terrorists, because we need to call it what it is, which has also been really hard for some people. Unfortunately, this was terrorism. And for some reason, that seems to be a very difficult word for some people to say. But we really do need to call it what it is. And since then, we have seen a dramatic, the worst that I have seen in my career, in my colleagues' career, affecting us globally as a Jewish people. And with that, it is bringing up a lot of fear, a lot of angst. I understand, trust me, from what I see day to day. And I know how this is impacting the community. And then, I see a lot, I hear a lot, and then to hear it when it was on our own community here, it hits home. And so when I talked with Rabbi Annie and Rabbi Yosef last night, and we kind of said, what do we even do? I mean, there's been a lot of rallies, there's, incredible. I spoke at a phenomenal one with, a couple thousand people in DC. I personally, I stand unequivocally with the state of Israel. I stand unequivocally with the Jewish people. But in this moment, we want to think about how are we there for each other? And the fact in less than 24 hours, because we didn't talk until like 7:30 last night, all of you are here. It shows that we are much stronger than we give ourselves credit for. This is why I didn't actually prepare remarks. So, the Jewish people really have faced a lot, over the years, throughout millennia. And, we all joke sometimes about our holidays. They try to get rid of us. We eat, we celebrate, we cheer, we're happy. But at the same time, we are definitely seeing that again, and we are seeing some horrific statements and things being said at people who are claiming they're trying to, be there for a peaceful rally. And so what I want to say to you is tonight, this is about us. This is about the Jewish community. This is about our allies. Two of them are right there. I actually do want to point them out. Our elected leaders, I do a lot of work with our elected leaders. We do a lot of training on anti-Semitism for them, how to recognize it, how to speak up against it. There are a lot more people out there speaking up than we think. I know it feels lonely, and I know, believe me, there are people, I'll be very honest, I am not speaking to anymore because they have not reached out, they have not, said, how are you feeling? But there is a lot more good out there. And that's what I want you to walk away with tonight. Like, lift up our voices. Let's be here together. I do want to say, if you are fearful, if you are facing things, if your kids are facing things, please do reach out This is my job, my team's job here. Like, they are working, I'm not kidding, day and night. We are on almost 24/7. It is exhausting, but at the same time, we are committed to this work. And I also do want to acknowledge, as we've seen, every time something has happened on a global basis, we do see a lot of rising hate, period. There was a little boy in Chicago who life was taken way too soon, also because of what is happening, and that's not okay either. And we need to acknowledge that, and we need to make sure that we are continuing to break down barriers. It's hard. I'm not asking people to get into the Israeli-Palestinian conflict right now, but I'm asking you to reach out. And to those of you here who are not Jewish, thank you for being here. It is important. We need to know that you are here. It really is for somebody like me who is working and fighting anti-Semitism and hate in all forms, it really means a lot to those of us who are here. And so, as I said, I really didn't want to prepare remarks. I just wanted to I'm here. I am here for you. I am hurting too, to the point of sheer exhaustion some days. I do. They know, they check on me a lot. I'm serious. If there is something going on in our community, if there's something going on of your kid away at school, on campuses, because campuses are struggling, if there's somebody in another community and you don't know what to do, that is our job. So when yesterday happened, I've been on the phone with law enforcement, some of them are around here, throughout today, trying to figure out what we can do, try to find out who potentially did it, and work through that. That is what we do. That is why we're here for the community. So with that, thank you to everybody. Thank you to Rabbi Annie and Rabbi Yosef, really, who we would not be here if it wasn't for them.